So another Mother's Day project that I'm going to show you how to create using our brand new scoreboard is this beautiful envelope box. Now it's a bit deeper than your standard envelopes because we've got the ability to be able to create deeper boxes so that you can do things like this. I wanted to turn this into a card though, so it's not just an envelope box, it's actually a card too. So I'll show you how to use that using our new scoreboard. So first things first, you do get with your board, and I've turned mine round already, but I will show you, this is the envelope side, we'll show you that in a second. But I've got the trimmer side because it is a scoreboard as well. Just by flipping that over, you've got your scoreboard option. But I want the trim side, so I've just popped that on there. You're also going to get your instructions on your different sizes of your from your envelope boxes. So like 1/4 of an inch, you've got 1/2 an inch, you've got 3/4 of an inch and an inch as well. I'm going with the 1/2 inch one, and a size that I'm going for is a 6 by 5. So my cardstock at the top line tells me that I need 9 5/8 of a square to start with, and then the secondary line and the third line are the pieces where I need to do my measurements to put the score lines in using the envelope side. So I've started with a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. I'll just explain on here, you've got your inches, you've got your 1/4 of an inches, 1/2 an inch, 3/4, and then the one in between is like the fifth of an inch. So when it says 9 5/8, I know that I need to count from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is my 9 5/8 base that I need to start with. So that's all you need to remember if it's not like on a 9 inch or a 9 1/4, 9 1/2. Just remember that those are an eighth of an inch on each increment. And then that just chops that side off. We'll lift that up again and we'll turn that around, and I'll do exactly the same. So take that to 9 5/8. And it is important to get that part right, because if you don't, it knocks up the measurements when you are following that, and that's when you can find yourself a little bit out with your measurements. Another top tip is make sure that that is pushed up to the top of the board, and then literally hold that down into place so that you've done the trimming part. So we've got our base started. Just going to turn that around now and show you how to make the envelope. Now, if I just bring this back in again with your measurements, the first line is 4 1/8 of an inch. So you're going to take your scorer tool, and you get all of these lie underneath the board. I've already placed this in. It fits into the groove, and you just need to make sure that it's on the angle at the top of the board. If I just bring that down, so it's on that groove there, and it sticks into place. So you can't move it sideways, but it can move up and down for you. And then the first part of your measurement, if I remember rightly, 4 1/8, it's exactly the same. You've got your up to your 6 1/2, but each one of those is a fifth of an eighth, if that makes sense. I know what I mean in there, but you know what I mean. You've got your 1/4 of an inch, you've got your 1/2 inch, your 3/4 of an inch, and then the in-between. So 4 1/8 is literally the first one after 4. Now, when you start this envelope box, you need to put it right up to the 4 1/8, and then keep that up to the flush of this line here, or the ruler, shall we call that. And then you take your score tool, and can you see the little crevice there? You're just going to come in and work in that track the first line. That's your first one, which is 4 1/8. The second one is 4 7/8. So we're going to come down now. So again, if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's literally the one before the 5 inch mark. Again, I'm keeping that flush up to there. Let me just make sure I get that back into its groove. And this will be your secondary score line. Okay, so we're up to 4 7/8. We're going back into that piece there. I'm going to hold both of those down so nothing's moving, and then again we're going to go into that track and just bring this down. So you'll see now we've got our 4 1/8, which is there, and then the 4 7, which is there. And that's literally your first 2 lines. And that's all you need to do to start with, because now we don't have to do any more counting. We just turn this around, and this is when we're going to use this. Can you see this point here? This is when we're going to use this point as our score line, so we don't have to do any more measuring. The only thing you need to do is make sure, and I'm going to bring this down a little bit so I can see it a bit more comfortably. You need to make sure that this hasn't slipped underneath, it just lies flush against here. It's at that first score line, and then you just take that first line in that groove again and come down. And then the second one, we just move that point up again. So this secondary score line here, you're just going to move up so it's flush alongst that line. Can you see there? And then hold that down, make sure it's not slipped under, go back into that groove and bring that down. So we're not doing that, we're actually only doing one measurement at a time. And then when you come again, all you're going to do with the score lines, and if I just bend that on so you can see it, that's all you're needing to remember is that that bottom line there lines up against that score line, that this is flush against here, and that you're in the right place. And once you've got that bit right, this becomes really super easy to do. So it's on the first score line, bring it back up to the second score line, keep that flush again, that is on level with that score line, and back into that track. And then on the last one, it's exactly the same. So you're not having to do all the repeated measurements again. You're just taking it up to that score line, making sure that's flush, into that track. And then second score line, up to that score line, make sure that's flat, make sure that's flush, and you just take that down into that track. A really super easy way now to make your envelope boxes, and then you literally just take your score tool again, burnish, and now because it's obviously this is an envelope box, it's just making sure you've got all of those lines burnished, super crisp, makes a real difference when you do this. And then on the fourth one, exactly the same, all the way along. And then all you need to take now is a pair of small scissors, and I'm going to cut away at the top here, the full triangle out. So I'm going to go and cut all the way down to that second score line, sorry. And then the same on this side. This will be the top of my envelope. Like so. So that part is the top. Can you see now it's got that nice clean, like you would see on a finished envelope, that would be. But I'm not using this as an envelope, I'm using it as a card, stuffed envelope, open envelope, so I don't need to worry too much about that, apart from try and make that nice and rigid. I shall show you in a second. Now the second piece is the bottom score line, so the first score line up to the first straight score line. I'm going to take out that little triangle. Like you would with our previous enveloper, you would do exactly the same. So it's just taking out the first notch. Then the second one, I take my small scissors and go along to that second score line again, and then just remove this triangle here. And then the same on this side, just turn that around to that second score, and then that triangle out. So these have got now little tabs that are going to attach themselves to these panels, and then this folds over, so that you've got that envelope going. Now, before I do that, I'm going to actually just pop in. I wanted to keep that nice and level, so I'm just going to put that down into there, and that is literally just a little bit of cardstock that I've popped in because I wanted to make that a rigid back. At the minute, it's the envelope, but I don't want that for this particular design. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue just onto the back of there, and then we'll stick that in, and that'll create a little solid back for me. So it's just literally a bit more black cardstock, and I've chosen some beautiful papers from my collection just to give that a little finish there. Just rub that excess glue that's moved, and that's the beauty of all-purpose collal glue. What I'm going to do now is actually attach those sides. So I'm just going to turn that over for a second, and on these two little square tabs, I'm going to use a tape pen just to pop a little bit of glue. You can use a wet glue or red liner tape, whatever your preference is. And then also, just on here, I'm going to pop a little bit of glue as well. So I'm going to just pop glue. And again, you could use red liner tape. I'm just going to go onto the edges, because that'll be sticking down my panels here. But I'm just going to literally turn that, put that square tab lined up flush with that straight edge there. Hold that into place. The same with the other side. If you're using a wet glue at this point, you might need to just clip it with a little paper clip or something just to hold it into place. A little bit of a friction though to create some heat should be enough. And then I'm just going to tuck those 2 panels down. Now I use this square edge part just to level up, and I do one at a time when I'm doing this, to level that up so it keeps it nice and square. And the same with the other side. I just use that square part there, level that up, and then that, and I'm just going to just put my hand on the inside to get that glue stuck to create the stuffed envelope. I've already cut myself some little panels. Now you're probably thinking that's a bit of a weird panel, but I like to tuck that underneath. So I'm just going to push that down to square that off to create that envelope, and I'm just going to stick my panel on again. I'm just going to use a little bit of glue just to pop that panel, and I've just literally used the lining of those panels to make my measurements to create this, to create a little bit of a patterned envelope. And the same on this side as well, just by popping that on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stuff the envelope with some flowers, and I've got my glue gun switched on, so that should be good to go. Let's just go on the other side, like so. Just turn that way. And then all I'm going to do now is take my glue gun. I've got some flowers. I've got some different coloured flowers with this one. And I'm just going to, in fact, before I do, let me just arrange them around. So, yeah, so we'll have a little bit. Let me see if I've got some glue in there. Oh, he's coming out, yeah. There we go. Just a bit of glue. I think I'm nearly at the end of that one, so I might have to put another glue stick in. Oops, Debbie, you've stuck it the wrong way round, girl. What you like? There we go. Be fine. It'll be fine. And then I'm going to just pop a little bit of glue just onto that side. A little bit of glue on that side. Might put a little baby one just over the top for my little faux pas there, just to cover that up. And then I'm going to go in with, I'll have another green one this side. You can use anything from quill flowers to paper flowers. I've just used our flower foaming foam ones. I love making flowers, and I love creating and having them in for occasions like this when I just want to add something. And then I'm just going to put a couple of little ones on the outside as well. So drop a little bit of glue. In fact, let me find my glue stick just to push that last bit of glue out. There we go. Little bit of glue there. Little bit of glue there. And then we're going to pop 1 and 2 onto our stuffed envelope. And that's the stuffed envelope. Now I'm just going to quickly show you, because I have a piece of cardstock. Now I know my envelope is 5 by 6. So I've taken a piece of cardstock that I measured at 7, sorry, let me just move that out of the way just for a second. I did the same measurement, so 6 by 6, and put an inch score line in and some red liner tape just onto the end. And this was just to turn it into a card. If you wanted to keep it as it is, you could absolutely keep it as it is. But all I'm going to do now is just attach it to the back. And now I've turned it into an envelope box card because I've got the back on, and literally now I can decorate the inside, put my little verse that I want to say. And that's another little Mother's Day project that you can do, creating an envelope box using our fabulous new scoreboard.